Hello everyone, this is Pat with an Oracle card reading and message for the beginning of our weekend, Friday the 3rd of April going into the 4th of April 2015. Now we are on the eve today of a full moon lunar eclipse, which as I understand it is like a full moon on steroids. So we're coming into a period, and the effects of this kind of full moon can be around for several days. So we may be coming into a very intense time. As I understand it, may be a very intense emotional time. So want to work with some of the card decks here and to get a message for us as we enter into this weekend. And, you know, hang in there. It may feel a little bit intense at times, but usually these are all for the best. It's preparing the way for the new. So anyways, I'm going to call upon the Archangel Oracle card deck. I didn't do that this week because this is the first reading I think I'm getting to this week. Now, at times of working with lunar energies, it's always good to call on Archangel Haniel. But I also want to call upon this card deck to see if there's any other Archangel working with us. And I also felt guided to work with the Saints and Angels card deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's see what the message is. Call upon the archangels for whoever may be working with us. At this time, who can we call upon? All right. Okay, so there's one that's come out here, and this is this is the Archangel Metatron with the message of chakra clearing. And it says, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Now, it's already known that the full moon is a good time for releasing and letting go. And since we have this full moon on steroids because of the lunar eclipse, Metatron's message here is emphasizing the fact that it's a good time to clear out things on all levels. So, you know, the full moon's a good time for releasing and letting go of things that you're done with. In both the physical world, like, you know, clearing out your clutter in your closets or your drawers around your house. You know, letting go of the clutter in your body by exercising, drinking more water, clearing it out, letting go of eating a lot of excess foods that aren't good for your body. It's also about clearing out the clutter in your mind. But with Metatron, he's particularly helping us with our personal energy field, our chakra energy centers. And Doreen does have a chakra clearing meditation. I believe it might be on her podcast page. Where she sells various podcasts. Actually, there is one that is an Archangel podcast that she does with Michael and Metatron, in which she has Metatron using his Merkaba here, his golden cube, to go through your chakra energy centers and clear out. She refers to him as like an energy plumber that helps to kind of really get in there and cleanse out anything, all the negativity and the debris from our these energy centers for us. So work with Metatron in this. There's also others that you can obtain online. I know Jonathan Goldman has a really good, like 7-minute chakra clearing meditation that is all just toning through the chakras. And it's a free download if you go to his website. So Google those things and listen to a chakra clearing meditation. And he's helping us to clear out, probably clear out too any patterns, relationship patterns that we may have that have been ongoing or repetitive for a long time. And I know right now on YouTube Doreen has got a meditation for clearing out negativity that may be around your environments that you're in or what have you. So work with Archangel Metatron and the other archangels to help you clear out on all levels going into this weekend, because that's what this is about. Now, Metatron's a very motivating angel, so he can also get you motivated to help clear out certain areas of your home, and he's very good with record keeping. So he's a great angel to call upon, and you know, this is very much in alignment with, I know those of us who are in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going into our spring, so it's all about the spring cleaning, but just on many levels, okay? So Metatron is working with us. Now let's see with the Saints and Angels, who do we need to, who's got a message for us? So it's about a bit of self-care in many ways, and it has to do with paving the way for the new to enter, okay? Oh, all right. This is interesting. So we've got a couple of cards that have spilled out here. All right. There's this one that says, you're a leader, and it's Saint Joan of Arc. Okay. So, you know, as I look at this card, it's a reminder to us, some of us here, that you may be stepping into a position of leadership, or you may not necessarily think of yourself in that way. But your energy, your enthusiasm, your you know, your proactive, you know, energies about learning something and learning it well and researching it are making you a leader in some way. You are the, you know, maybe the go-to person that people are asking for advice or what have you. So it's urging you to kind of accept that role and understand it. Doesn't necessarily mean being a, you know, a leader in a formal capacity, but it's letting you know that you are a leader in, you know, maybe the unique way that you go about doing something or the approach that you take to it. Okay? So other people are going to be coming to you for help, and they're going to see you again, not necessarily formally in that capacity, but it's you know, or, you know, letting you know that you're a way shower that way. Okay? And it's time to, you know, step into that role in the sense of you know, if you're called to do something that is a contribution, or something that you know, oh, we need to do something about this. This situation needs to be addressed or brought to light, or something about this needs to change, you know, what have you, or you know a better way that something could be done. It's time for you to step forward and be that leader. Okay, it's calling you to do that. We also have, going into this weekend, this message from St. Christopher for safe travel. And I'm sure this speaks to many of you who may be traveling to relatives. Maybe you're going to someone's house to share an Easter dinner. You're going away for the weekend, because today's also, in Christianity, it's Good Friday, so a lot of people have it off. And so anyways, there's travel involved in this, and I feel like for some of you, it has to do with safe travel across either borders of states or borders of countries that you may be traveling through, where you need to have passports and documents and things like that. So, especially with regard to children, as he's carrying. And I feel like it may have to do with people crossing borders to seek out safety as well. It's just part of the message that I get. So we may hear about that in the news. But it's primarily, you know, for a lot of us who are, you know, traveling this weekend to visit family, friends, relatives, and, you know, maybe going on a little weekend getaway and trip. So it's about safety for our children, too, as they I feel like that message is for some of you as well. If some of you have children who are going on a trip, you know, maybe a trip with school, you know, something like that, okay, St. Christopher's looking after them. It's about safe travel for them as well. All right, they are being looked after. You can ask St. Christopher, Archangel Raphael, who's a patron of travel, to look after them and ensure their safety. Okay. Let's see. Also got St. Francis coming out here with animals. Okay. So you may find that, you know, your animals are needing some attention. This is also about, you know, a lot of us are noticing that, you know, our signs of spring are that the animals are out foraging again. I know I've seen a lot of robins and birds around, a lot more animals coming out now that the weather's warmed up quite a bit, and the snow is going away, at least up here in New England where I am. But I do feel at some level this has to do with noticing the behavior of any unusual behavior in animals that may indicate, you know, earthquakes or just changes going on in that area. Oftentimes, if there's an earth-related event that's going to go on, you see the behavior of animals change. Okay, so but for some of you, it may mean that some of your animals are going to need some attention this weekend. I work with St. Francis sometimes when, you know, I've had that unusual animal come in my home. And what I mean is, like, if you know, a bird got in my house, or a cat brought in a bird, or what have you, and I'm looking for a way to remove it from my house. Doesn't matter whether it's a spider or what have you. A lot of times I'll call on St. Francis and ask for St. Francis to intervene, speak to the animal for me, and convey that I'm trying to help it find its way back out. So, and it's in some ways also about making peace with the animals, in terms of, there's a lot of, whether you're growing a garden or you live on the border of like a conservation area or a wooded area where, like our civilization is encroaching on the animals' habitat, and so the animals are sort of, showing up in ours as well. And so there needs to be some kind of, it's almost like making peace with the animals that are, that we share borders with, that we share, and being aware of the animals that are around. As I said, I often call on St. Francis for help with that. So it's about bringing an awareness to animals and what's going on with them this weekend. So these are our messages as we head into this weekend. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope to be back with you with more messages and cards readings as the weekend progresses. So take care, everyone. Have a lovely Friday, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon.